Hey everybody, it's me. I wanted to do an update. Excuse me, I'm walking down the steps. I wanted to do an update and get you out of the back room. Yeah, Pound a Cure. I don't even know what day I started. It's been at least 3 weeks, probably going on. I bet this is my 4th week because it was like almost 2 weeks before I went on my vacation for 4 days. And then I did the best I could while I was there. I actually did better than I think I hoped I could do as far as food choices and what was available to me. And I took a lot of stuff with me. The B&B it worked. There was a little fridge. But anyway, it's hard to get a pound of vegetables in when you're on the road. Really, it's not easy. And we got a little busy because if you're running around, it's even harder. But I think I did pretty well. It was my vacation, so I could have a drink or two. Like a drink a day. You know, I had a glass of wine. I tried some stout one place. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I survived the post-holiday time. I got home, I bought a bunch of vegetables, I cooked another pot of lentils, I had frozen chickpeas in the freezer. I posted some pictures on Facebook with all my vegetables I've just bought. My plan for the week is, let's see, what have I been eating? A lot of salad. I found that if I took a half of a big English cucumber and weighed it, it was about halfway there. Throw in some radishes and some broccoli and some other things and you're fine. So then I put them in the fridge, and half the day I knew I would eat half of them breakfast and lunch. And the other half would have a big thing for dinner. I did do a stir fry of some things, and I wanted to tell you about some healthier choices if you're going to do stir fry. Let me show you this product. Now, I will not tell you why I know this product's better for you, but it is Liquid Aminos. It tastes like soy sauce. My children have used it forever, but they're like, Whole Foods hippie people, and they've had a big influence on me. So this, I know, is a staple in their house, along with some other odd products that they learned about on the commune when they lived there. But this is Bragg Liquid Aminos. It's look it up on the internet. It's good. It's better for you by far than using soy sauce. And just the littlest bit, especially when you have detoxed your taste buds for 2 weeks, tastes wonderful. So I will steam some broccoli cut up and some mushrooms and some snow peas and whatever's easy and seems oriental. I just steam it for just a few seconds. I put this in a bowl. I drizzle that over it. And I also do, I know it's not exactly on task. Oh, I don't see it. But sesame oil. And then when I say drizzle, I mean the most minute amount you can imagine, because that's all it takes to give that little bit of sesame flavor. And I'll throw in ginger and garlic. And of course, there's spring onions in there that I'm steaming. So I didn't have to use oil to saute. I just steam or wilt in a pan with a little water, and then I've got this bowl of wonderful tasting vegetables. So I would say I was doing really well. I had a little blip yesterday. I did have some little cookies out of somebody's cookie tin because I was like, oh, I wanted something sweet. So you never completely detox. If you get a little slack, or you're feeling a little happy, you're feeling a little depressed, a little emotional eating occasionally happens. But life is a long journey. I wanted to make this video the other day about my philosophy on life is a journey. And when we stumble, you don't just lay there and wallow in it and stay. You get up, brush yourself off, figure out what you learned from that, what made you trip, or why you decided to lay down that long, or why you decided to roll over in it a few times before you got up and realized, what is my purpose? What is my goal? What is the destiny I wanted for myself when I began this process? And when you get those things honed again, and you filter your choices, or maybe a place that you might be stumbling, you might be ready to fall into the precipice, when you can stop and filter through some of that, you can make a different choice. You can't always make a different choice. We're not robots. We're not perfect people. But I can tell you that I make 97% right on the money choices. And when I give myself permission to do something else, that's an entirely different scenario than when I stumble suddenly, unexpectedly, and make an alteration in my course because something hit me. We're just human beings. It's just life, folks. I can tell you that I feel great. I am going to go for a walk tomorrow, so I am going to purposely eat extra fruit sugar and something that's heavier in carbs for breakfast. And when I say carbs, I mean I'm not going to eat a piece of bread. But let me tell you about something I do eat. And I don't have a recipe because I play with it every time I do this. But chickpeas, roasted chickpeas. Don't buy them. God knows what they've done to them for you to be able to buy them. That's why I don't even buy pita chips. When I did eat pita chips, I made my own because you know what's in it. Okay, now this doesn't look very good because they're kind of dark. Let's see. Can you see these? They got a little over toasty, but they're not burnt. And actually, what I like about these is they were soggy yesterday, and I said, no, this isn't the right texture, so I threw them back in the oven and roasted them a little longer. They're like eating a lightweight puff nut. That's the best way I can describe it. Sometimes they're harder than this, but not hard enough to hurt your teeth, but just hard enough to really crunch harder. So really, truly, you have to play with it. Basically, I take my frozen chickpeas out, I defrost them, I throw them in the oven. These were probably on too high, which is why I took them out because they started to get too dark. But if you have them, start them high and turn them low. I don't even need to do anything to them. I mean, I can sprinkle some salt on them, some seasonings. But that is a really good protein and fiber. So when I'm starving and hungry out, and I don't have a piece of meat, I can't carry my lentils everywhere, these chickpeas, because you measure legumes, you don't weigh them. You don't have vegetables, it's a pound of vegetables, but vegetables weigh differently if they're dehydrated, as does fruit, so that's why you don't eat dried fruit, because you could eat a lot more dried fruit than you could eat undried fruit, which would be too many calories. Occasionally I do have a bite of dried fruit, but I consider that a piece of candy. Like I'll have a dried fig. There's my candy. That was it, a dried fig. Chew on it, it's great. But the chickpeas, you don't weigh them, so they don't weigh anything now that, excuse me, they don't weigh anything because the water's out of them, but you measure them, because when you have lentils to eat as your protein, it's a half a cup of lentils versus a 3-ounce piece of chicken or whatever, which is fine with me. But if I'm out and I need food, I just take a baggie full of these in my purse wherever I go. They don't weigh anything. And I just know, just like when you measure out your 2 ounces of nuts, except I'm not weighing these. These are measured by volume, not by weight. Okay? I hope that's helpful. I can tell you that this morning, I tried on 3 pair of size 4 jeans that I have laying out in my bedroom. Actually 2 pair, and I dug around for a third pair. I said, you know, this is how I measure my success. My success is measured first by process. Are you pure into the process? Are you 100% into the process? Now, granted, it's easier in the very beginning when you're like this. The longer you go, you've got to find other motivation. You've got to find other ways to affirm your efforts. So, I don't use the scale. I found the scale is very dangerous, emotionally charged, explosion ready to happen. If it's really, really good, you're like, woohoo! And you can relax a little bit. It's really, really bad, you feel terrible, and you're angry, and you're frustrated, and then you want to treat yourself. So there's a no win on the scale issue for me. But putting on your clothes every morning. I have these pairs of size 4 jeans I pulled out of the closet that I've not been able to put on my body. The day I started this program, this Pound a Cure, every morning I get up, even on a morning when I feel a little bloated, which happened the other day, I get up and I put those jeans on. And every day, except the rare occasion, do they not fit better than they did the day before or 3 days before or the week before. The point is, I can get up every day and still button them. I've begun to wear some of them out on short trips. Not when comfort is key, but when I want to feel tight and hot. So what I'm saying is, get some jeans out, throw them on the bed, throw them in the corner. Every morning we get up and put those jeans on, and every few days you'll feel them get a little better and a little better, and that is all the encouragement you need. Just when I think I look in the mirror and go, you just look awful. You still look awful. You still look old. You still saggy. This, put the jeans on. You'll see. I hope you're all doing well with your Pound to Cure. It is, the time that I should be working through the next stations, but I kind of went back to hardcore after my vacation just to kind of kick myself in the rear to make sure I didn't do anything too bad and to detox a little bit further. So I'm thinking after this very busy week for me, I will probably try to reassess and go slowly into the rest of the changes. But the longer you do this, the better you get at it. So I have no problem still sticking at the pound of vegetables a day effort to 2 pounds and finding new ways to reinvent those efforts and finding new ways to carry snacks and new ways to eat a banana and new fruit to buy and enjoy. And what's the most gourmet thing they have in the vegetable aisle? Well, I think I'll treat myself to that broccolini, thank you. I never buy broccolini. I don't, they're luxury vegetable items too. So your life has changed when you're eating luxury vegetable items. You guys have a great day and stick with it because you're worth it. I'll see you soon. Here, I'll just do a quick body shot. I'm going out to do some flower arranging. I don't know if you can see me or not. Oh, not a good idea, huh? This is what happens when you do your video. You make people nauseous. Here, I'll just put you here and step back a little bit. I mean, I probably look exactly the same to you, but to me, I just feel better right here. I'll see you guys later. Bye.